Okay, so this is part two of flyer making branding for beginners. And I am going to show you how to do two basic pieces for your branding. So I'm going in to share my screen right now, and I'm going to show you what we're going to work on is we're going to do a branding tool for your results, how you can brand your results, and how you can brand your quotes. This is a simple one. Here's a little bit more intricate, but I'm going to show you on two different apps. We're basically going to make this and this. Okay, so I'm going to start with Bazaart. I'm going to start with a new canvas. Bazaart is a program that does cost, and the reason why I am starting with Bazaart is because I know a lot of people like to use the shiny font and be able to add a little shine and flair to their branding. So that's why I'm starting with Bazaart. So we're on a new canvas, and what you saw me do is we just went to size so that we could size our canvas to a square. So I'm going to do my background in white, but you can also do it in black, any other color. Here on Bazaart, there are so many more colors available to you in color patterns that all of these colors, like if you're looking in where I'm in the gradients, you can use these colors for your background, or you can use these colors for your fonts. So I'm in crystal dust right now. So these are some crystal dust colors that are really cool because that has a little bit of shine. And the cool thing about this is with Bazaart, it's already built in. So let me just show you, for example, I know this is getting a little bit off track, but let me just show you, for example, if I'm in my color, let's say my background's black, right? Okay, so the cool thing about Bazaart is if I wanted to text something and fill the color, right? It's black right now. My color is black. So if I would hit fill at the bottom towards the right, you can see where it says fill. The Bazaart colors come up. So like we were just in crystal dust. So let's go to crystal dust. This is already in Bazaart. So here you can really get some different kind of different kind of flair for your branding with Bazaart, and literally anything you see. Even if I go to wood, it can make my colors. It's downloading now. Sometimes it has to download if you haven't used it before. So I mean, it's really cool because you don't really have to. They have just so much more variety in Bazaart, and to me, it's definitely, if I'm going to be working, doing my own branding and making things on my own, it's definitely worth the investment to be able to have this. Okay, so I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna get back into that later, but I'm gonna go back. So I'm gonna delete this so I can get back to a blank canvas. All right, so I'm gonna go to, let's see, background. Let's get to white. Okay, so we're starting with a white canvas. All right, so there are several different ways if you're starting fresh to kind of frame your quote. So we're gonna do a quote first. So the first thing, you can write your quote. Let's say, what's a good quote? What was the quote I did? It was, okay, so Let's just, all you need is love. I thought this was funny. Wi-Fi and good credit. Okay. So we can have different fonts. So if you click on what you just wrote, your fonts are at the top center, so you can go with different fonts. Again, there's so many different fonts with Bazaar, and this all just comes with it. Once you purchase Bazaar, all of these fonts are going to come with your purchase. So I really like it. I'm really satisfied with it. The only complaint that I would have is that it doesn't save as much of your work, but it's worth it to me. Okay, so say you find your quote. All right, so now you want to frame it. You want to have like a nice frame. So down here at the bottom, you can scroll over where you have shapes. So here you have different shapes, and all of these different shapes you can use. Like if you wanted to use this in the background, you can do that. You can use the fill to change it. And you want to put in the background. So at the bottom, you want to hit this little arrow at the bottom, the second to left. It's at the bottom, it says back, so you can put that in the background. Okay, so that's not what I'm gonna do. Now, say you just want just a simple frame. So here in Bazaar, there's not a whole lot, and it's kind of the same with Canva, which we'll go over Canva too. You could do a frame, and then over at the bottom, if you go all the way over to the bottom and look for fill, anytime you hit fill, that's how you're going to, that's how you're going to change the color. So we just put this frame up. Now say we don't want to use anything that's in Bazaar. We want our own. Say we have our very specific colors that we want. So what you can do is once you hit fill, so let me start over. So once you hit fill, at the very bottom left, you see this little red circle with the picture inside. Click on that. Your pictures come up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to something that I either got off the internet, or it's I'm going to show you how I do this, or it's just my branding colors. So I have my branding colors. Sorry, there's so many pictures, but I have my branding colors in my phone. I think I might have even put them in my favorites. Here's my branding colors. So say I want to use this. There we go. I filled it with that. A lot of times what I also do is I'll get things off the internet. So I went on Google and I searched metallic pink. And then I took a screenshot in images on Google of metallic pink, metallic purple, gold, silver. So you can click on that and it will fill that exact color. So that's how you could get the frame. You could get your frame in your exact branding color. Now let's just say you don't want this simple square frame. So what you can do is we're going to go to PixArt, which in my first video, I talked about how PixArt is one of the must-haves when you're branding. So you can go to PixArt, and then up at the top in this search bar, you can search for frames. And this goes for anything with PixArt. You can search for anything you want, any type of clip art you want to that you want to upload to your work. So I searched for frames, and now I'm in images. But what I'm going to do is at the top right, at the top of this, right under the search, you see images, stickers, artists. I'm going to click on stickers. So now some frames come up. So I'm like, okay, this is a lot, a lot to scroll through. Maybe I should be more specific about what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna actually put gold frames. So let's say I want a gold frame. So here's some gold frames. These look more like pictures. Or let's say maybe I want to stick with my rose gold. Gotta make sure you spell right. All right. No, that's not how I found it. Let's see. Rose gold. So here, let's see. There's some rose gold. So I can look and see what's here in rose gold. Here's something. Let's go with, let's just see how this looks. So we can do this. There's a kind of a frame. So you're gonna click on it, then you're gonna hit apply. You always put it on transparent background. That was all the way to the right. Transparent background is, it looks like a checkerboard. So you always want to select that. Hit apply, next, post. Oh wait, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to hit save, but I'm pretty sure I did save it. No, okay. Next, save, download. All right, so we're gonna go back to Bazaar and let's have my, we're gonna add a picture. So I'm going back to the beginning. So I'm gonna hit photo and then I'm gonna click on what we just brought over from PixArt. So I'm gonna make it bigger and I'm gonna put it in the back. So now we have a different kind of frame. Let's see, that black doesn't look good on that. So let's do that. I'm hitting fill, colors. I want to do it with white. So you could do that. There you go, your little quote, or you could fill it with, you can actually match what you fill it by hitting this little, much like Canva, you can make the colors match. So say, okay, say I have, I want to match my clothes. So I just made a flyer for this person. So say I'm going to put myself on the flyer. So say you want to match the clothes you're wearing. So when you hit on the words and you hit fill, bottom right where it says fill, instead of picking a color, choose this little pin, the way at the bottom left, this little pin, click on that, and then take this little circle over the clothes or whatever color. And now you can match perfectly the color. So that's basically, I mean, this is basically how you can, and I'm just gonna make it fit better. So, and you might want to play with different fonts if you don't like the size. So with this font, you could click on the A, do your line spacing, letter spacing, and maybe this isn't a good font. So we'll do that. So there you go. You want to import in your logo, just like how we brought these other pictures in, you can import in your logo. So that is how you can use several different tools to pretty much branding your own quotes on BizArt. Same thing with branding your results. So I'm gonna delete this. So basically I'm gonna use the same thing from what we got from Pixar, and what I'm gonna do is I just saw some results and I'm going to go get those results I just saw in Get Your Financial Lit here. I'm gonna put them right in like that. There we go. I want to add an additional frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, hit shapes. I'm going to pick this frame. Now I'm just sizing the frame. Because I want it to show there. So I'm going to hit the fill button. There. Let's see how that looks. No, I don't like that. Okay. Take that out. All right. So, well, you get the point. So you can add a frame. So you can have whatever in the background you want. So let's go back to Pixar just to give you some ideas. What to search for. So if you're looking for some splash in the background, like let's see, rose gold. I think I saw a lot there. If you're using rose gold, you can have like something like this. That will be a good background. Even if you just want a slash of gold in the background, or if you just want regular gold back there, or anything you kind of want to have to help you kind of define personalize your results. You can really just search here and just go crazy. Just type in anything. Sometimes a lot of good results come, sometimes not. Like I like metallic colors, so I'm always looking for metallic. So I'm always looking at metallic. So now I noticed that a lot of people want to add their pictures to the result too, to kind of make it even personalized, or their logo. So I like to put my logo. So I have my logo saved in favorites. So what I'll do is I'll go and I'll grab my logo out of there. It's on transparent background. Always, when you have someone make a logo for you, always ask for them to make it on transparent background so that you can do this. Do you see how it can go anywhere? And it's not like if you have it just on a white background, then it'll look funny if I put it on this picture, because it'll be my logo on top of a white square on top of this. But on transparent background, when you have your logo on transparent background, it just effortlessly can go to anything over any color, and it just looks very professional that way. Okay, so say I want to add my picture too. So I'm going to X out of there, click at the bottom left, photos. This is the great thing about BizArt, is you could do everything on BizArt. So I just added, this is one of my other flyers and my picture's already on there. So I just added that picture, right? I just added this. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit magic, the bottom. And magic cuts me out of the picture. So now I'm on transparent. So now I can add my picture and personalize this results. If I wanted to add results, make it really exciting. Add results, hit fill. I want it to be my branding blue. There we go. Now I have my results. So that is basically using BizArt. Now I'm going to show you how to do this in Canva. Then you can, of course, save your work. So Canva is great too. And I'm going to show you why Canva is pretty great, especially if you're going to do quotes. So this is my work. So in your first screen on Canva, what you can do is you can search for templates that are already made for you. So, and you could do that with Bazaar too, but I think they're a little bit harder to find. But here on Canva, go to the top and just hit quotes. So now here's a lot of templates with quotes on them already made. So you can take one of these, like here's a nice simple one here, and you could put your quote. Let's say this is our quote. So you could put your quote in there. If you don't want everything that's on here all together, you can ungroup it at the very top where you see the circle and the square. If you click on that, that will ungroup it so that everything's not lumped together. But just like a Bazaar, say you want to change the color over down here, click on the color where it says here's the font, click on the color, and then you can hit the little pin. You could change the color that way, or you can click on the color. And I save my branding colors on, if you look right here, it says use, then it says used is what's already in the flyer. Brand colors, those are your brand colors. You can save your brand colors on Canva. So you can just add them by clicking that plus sign and have them saved. So on your Canva, those colors are always there, so you can stay consistent with your colors. So I'm gonna click on my blue. How about pink? No, blue. Oops, so I'm gonna click on my blue. So there you can, and then what you would do is you would just double click on the words so you could put in, you know, whatever writing you want there on this template. Now say you want to add your picture. If you go all the way down where to the right, there's this plus sign. Click on that, image. Now here on Canva, your picture needs to already be cut out. So you have to have already saved your picture by cutting it out using Bazaar or using PixArt, how you can cut out. And I showed how you can cut out your picture on PixArt on the last video. I can do that again real quick, but you can import your picture and there you go. You have, and much like Bazaar, you can pretty much create your own quotes. You won't be able to use the shiny formats, of course, with Canva. You can't import the shiny and they don't have as many colors for fonts. Now I'm gonna create a new design just to show you, just to show you how we're gonna personalize a results post just like we did on Bazaar. So I always use Instagram because it's the square. So we already went to PixArt and we already found that metallic-y background that we want to kind of use to make our results stand out. So I'm going to hit the plus sign, images. I'm going to go get that. It's coming up right here in Canva. Now I'm going to hit the plus sign again, images, and I'm going to go get those results. Oops, okay. The weird thing with Canva for some reason on my phone is when you crop it, when you screenshot and then crop things out, it doesn't translate to Canva. So how I work around that is I send it to myself in a text and then I save it to my phone. It's just an extra step. Okay, so then I'm gonna go back and get it. So there we go. Now, let's say, I'm gonna go over let's say you don't have Bazaar, you're not paying for the subscription for Bazaar. You have everything, you gotta use what's free for right now, which is fine. We all start having to use what's free. You can still cut out your picture. So let's say we got this far and you wanna add your picture. All right, so we're gonna go to PixArt. This tool is free to cut out your picture. You're going to hit plus at the bottom, and you're going to bring up your picture. So I'm cutting my picture out of this. You're going to select the person at the bottom left and then hit person. Okay, then you're going to hit save. With Canva, with Pixar, it just doesn't usually cut out as smooth as, it doesn't cut out as smooth as, Tiffany, I'm gonna call you back recording. It doesn't cut out as smooth as it does with Bazaar, but it will cut it out. So there you go. So now you can add. And so I had some stuff that came over at the, so I just, what I'll do is I'll just position myself to hide it. Professional pictures definitely work a lot better. Let's see. I actually cut out this person because her colors were darker. It worked out better. I did this person using the cutout on Pixar. And then if you wanted, you can add your logo. Mine's in my favorites. So, and that was with Canva. So hopefully this helps you, and you can now personalize your branding for results and for your quotes. And if you have any questions, you can always send me a text or a message. My name is Jasmine Walker, 561-908-3629. And that wraps up part 2 of flyers and branding for beginners. Bye.